Hi, I'm Someone the Elusive Fangirl, and this over here is Smudge, who may or may not leave during this reaction. Today I am here to react to episode 6 of Fugou Keiji Balance Unlimited. I'm not sure what we're going to get with this episode. I doubt it will be too much more focus on why Daisuke came to the division, but maybe we will. I feel like that would be later on in the season. However, I do feel like we might see more of him bugging or spying on Nakamoto, the older guy in the division who's planning to retire. Otherwise, possibly maybe some more insight into the Mizuo Future Technologies, who we've not heard of before last episode, but are obviously at least somewhat well known. I'd like to know if they're a very big company, if they're a rival for the Kanbei company, which would be interesting and lead me more into thinking that they were involved in whatever case Daisuke is interested in. But yeah, I don't really want to delay much longer because I'm just very excited to see this episode. So let's start. Still not allowed to know. Yes. So Daisuke is possibly suspecting Sizue as well of having some involvement or knowing about Hyusuke not being able to give him certain information. I don't know if I personally suspect her. I feel like not, but she might know a little bit more than what she's telling Daisuke. Maybe we'll get to see a few more people or members of the Kanbei group or family, possibly. Can always rely on her for the snacks. It's nice to see how supportive they're being for him. Aww. Oh, interesting music. Yes. It's only thanks to Harry chasing down the suspect that they even knew where the suspect was. Throwing him under the bus. I mean, if Harry didn't realise that was the key, then she wouldn't know to communicate with the janitor about the key. Aww. After I said they were encouraging him. What's Daisuke doing? Oh, he's got his glasses on. I thought so. Okay. So is that the reason why Daisuke didn't want to be in any other division? Because he was aware that there were some dirty cops, possibly? Higher up? Or that Nakamoto was involved in the case? Daisuke going to confront him? Or just still spying? Good. Roping Harry into it? He's telling him. He's trying to get Harry involved. Yes! Can you tell me if it's the Kanbei one? Ah! Good. I love the respect that Haru has for him. He's revolting. Glasses shine. He's thinking. It's a very awkward way to do the phone. I think that should just be set as a default anyway, instead of him having to reiterate it every time to Husk. Oh. Hack the car. Now, is this an excuse to detain her? Or is he taking her somewhere? Now, is that Suzue in front? Or someone else? So I'm pretty sure that Daisuke arranged the manslaughter to happen. Is it a dummy or someone else who's playing along? Oh, brilliant. Oh, that's so clever. So he got used to hack into the display. Deeply involved. Good question. Oh, is Daisuke aware that they're watching because Hughes can tell him? I'm still unsure whether the reason why Hughes can't tell him information is to protect Daisuke from knowing more about the cold case, or if it's to hide the fact that there is another link between Visual Future Technologies and the Kanbei group, which he's unaware of. I'd be interested to see what that is. It's gonna take a while. Of course, this happened on a Fugou Keiji day. None of the other days, just Fugou Keiji. I really just want to watch the episode. It's so interesting. I'm really happy that we're getting all of this plot revealed and Haru's involved now. And yeah, I'm just going to do the end episode discussion partway through the episode as well. So this is the first half discussion. I'm very excited that it's actually in motion. I don't know, will we see a resolution or the start of this case proper investigation much earlier on than I expected, or will this just be a teaser of the fact that we're getting more stuff? Will it be a prolonged? Will most of the rest of the series be the investigation? That would be very cool if it's not just a simple couple of episodes, but actually we are gonna learn from now on more and more about the case and do a genuine investigation. But I doubt it. I feel like we'll probably have other things, or at least maybe break episodes, or it'll be part of an episode dedicated to the investigation and then carry on with a different case, because they will still be getting cases in. It's been about 25, 30-ish minutes since I started this break. So I'm going to start again in a minute. But yeah, the fact that Daisuke isn't going to Suzue and explaining the problem shows that he is not trusting anyone, at least even in his family, about Husk and what he's not allowed to know. Doesn't know who's forbidding him from finding out, who's got more control over Husk than he does, who's got higher authority. I am curious about why Daisuke isn't using the glasses in the interrogation, rather than having to ask Husk each time, but I don't know, maybe the glasses aren't even showing him information if it's something to do with Mizuo Future Technologies. Might also just be a creative decision so that we can see Daisuke's eyes and his expressions more clearly because he's not wearing the glasses. Right, this recording is now 50 minutes long and I'm only 12 minutes into the episode and I just want to finish it. Shikamaru. Is that a brother, a cousin? Not a father, I doubt. Unless they didn't die and they went missing. They went on the run. I wonder who has the spiderweb tattoo on their elbow, because it's obviously quite a recognisable tattoo and mark on someone. And Nakamoto seemed to recognise it. So, who was that? And I didn't actually. I'm just going to go back and see. I'm interested. So I'm guessing that's her son at the entrance ceremony for high school. And now, finally, I think I can actually continue the episode. Yay! Unlocked. Oh, and Haru can see this. A hacker? Investigator? Gonna investigate the son, I'm guessing. No. Gonna have a talk with the superintendent? Oh no. What's this gonna be about? Good question. He'll work it out that it was Daisuke. I mean, he already suspects something because it's not a coincidence. Don't rope Harry into this. So is that him recently? And so is his blackmail that he's going to use? Good. The distance is really obvious in this scene. No. No, he's investigating something bigger. Can't interrogate, but we can have a conversation. Not authorized. Okay, but what about have a chat in the room with her? Because it's not an interrogation room, she'll feel more relaxed. Also, the fact that she thinks her lawyer is here. That's her son. Yeah. Blackmail. Blackmail. And he made sure that Kato was away when this was happening, so I think he doesn't think that Harry will allow this to happen if he was there. This is something very personal for him. However, Harry is all about justice and doing things the right way, and this isn't really the right way. So, yeah. He doesn't want to. It goes against his beliefs. He wants to do things the right way, as much as he respects Nakamoto. Kata's going to get in so much trouble. I'm so worried. Will he temporarily lose his position as a policeman? Is what I'm wondering. He's... oh, no, this is not. This is going to be, I'm guessing, the company blow up. Yeah. Mizuo had blown her up because she's now a liability. Kato? No. Finally. Tell him about the cold case. But the fact that we're hiding Daisuke's eyes again. Yes! Oh my god, that was the entire headquarters. Oh my god. Ah! Oh my god. Oh my god, I have to pause the ED because I need to not have that going on whilst I try and think. Okay, oh my gosh, so much. Right, so Daisuke having the glasses over his face so we can't read from his face whether or not he did do it. I don't think he did. I feel like it was Mizuho Technologies unless Daisuke thought he had enough to tie her into the murder of his parents. Sayuri Kanbei murder case investigation headquarters. There was an entire headquarters just into the murder of Sayuri Kanbei. Sayuri sounds feminine. I'm really bad with names trying to work out genders because some of them are used by both genders. But Sayuri sounds like maybe it was his mother. In which case, I can't remember the other Kanbei name we learned or heard of in the episode. I wonder if it's a distant relative or a brother or something. Oh, was he an only child? I think they might have said he's an only child. Did they say that? Or possibly his father. Oh, I don't know, there's so many questions now. Oh, I'm so excited. So much information dropped. So it's all going down now. I wasn't expecting it at the halfway mark. Oh my gosh. But yeah, Haru is just being pulled all over the place. Being told to do different things by different people. Looking into stuff by different people. Manipulating things for different people. And he is so steadfast in his belief that police work should be done in the right way and there should be no compromises. It should be done correct and right, straightforward. The main goal should be justice, but it should not be tried to achieve through wrong means. Oh my gosh, there's so much in this episode. First, I don't think Daisuke did the explosion. He might have done if he knew for sure that that lady was involved, and he might have. However, I don't think he did. I think the point of him not answering, us not being able to see his eyes, is the fact that he didn't actually do it. But we're still left wondering, because he did have the bug, which would have been able to override the car. However, who was the car made by? I'm guessing it's Mizuho Future Technologies, so I'm sure they'll also have control over the car. And it's also, if Haru or someone showed that Daisuke actually did hack into her car somehow to cause her to be arrested, then he could also be very easily framed for doing this. That scene on the staircase, the distance was so apparent in the episode 2 when Daisuke and Haru had a conversation on those staircases. Daisuke was only a couple of steps above him, and they were having, actually it was Daisuke saying and revealing what he knows to Haru about Haru. So I know that you were in the first division and this happened. But on this one, he was at the top of that flight of stairs, a huge distance away, and Haru was reaching out and Daisuke was keeping the distance, and physically and not emotionally, but keeping the distance between them in knowledge as well. He's not letting Haru know what he's thinking, what he's planning, what any of this has got to do with Haru until he's finally been able to see the sign about the fact that Sayuri Kanbei was murdered. Gosh, I just don't know where it's going to go from here. It's just all kicking off. So I am guessing it's just going to keep going at this kind of, not pace, but intensity for a little while at least. Maybe we'll have the 2 or 3 episodes now, maybe it will be the rest of the series. Oh gosh, I'm so excited. I'm most interested in what's going to happen with Haru, because Daisuke's got his own agenda, he's got his own plans, he's having to come up with them at the moment because certain things aren't going his way, such as Hyusuke not being able to give him certain information. But Haru is, everyone in the department seems to want him to do something different. Daisuke is the only one who is actually taken into account the fact that Haru has just received a warning and will have a punishment shortly. Whether that consideration is out of a genuine worry about Haru losing his job because Daisuke is fully aware of how much this job means to Haru, or if it's just a good excuse to use to keep Haru away and possibly safe anyway. Just if this seems to be a huge case, two people have just been killed over it. So it might just be a case of him trying to keep him safe. But this is also my fangirl Fujoshi heart saying this as well, that I'd want him to do this for Haru's sake. However, it would not surprise me if it was just a good excuse to keep Haru in the dark, because at the moment, Daisuke doesn't seem to want to trust anybody. He wants to know things from Nakamoto. At least he opened up to Suzue. I'm glad about that. I don't believe she was lying. I do think she's telling the truth in the fact that she has occasionally come across Hughes not being able to tell her anything, but assumed he'd tell Daisuke. That would make sense. Oh, I'm just so intrigued. This episode is just so intense. This is just so much information all at once. Oh, I'm so glad all these questions I had from last episode, most of them have been answered in this, except from the big questions about what actually happened in this case. But the fact that Nakamoto is doing this because of a cold case that he was on, and the Daisuke, I believe, is aware of this, wants to talk to him. Muzo Future Technologies is definitely involved. Oh, I'm so happy. I feel like Haru's going to be quite a big focus in the coming episodes. I feel like we will follow Daisuke occasionally, but Haru's got such an interesting perspective, has got the closest perspective to us, because he knows as much as we know. Everyone else knows more than what we know and what Haru knows. We are on the same level as Haru, therefore it's good to see from his perspective. So it's good to follow him around and see what he finds out and when. Keeps the suspense and the mystery up for longer. Makes it more intriguing. And we become just as desperate to find out more as he is. It would be a very good idea for us to mainly follow him and hear the information as he hears it, so that also I doubt there'd be much dramatic irony in this, in the sense that we learn things before Haru does. I feel like we'd probably learn things at the same pace as Haru. Last episode, we got a glimpse at things that Haru was not aware of, but in this episode he's become aware of nearly everything, apart from the fact that Daisuke has been following them with cameras and bugging them. Apart from that, Haru's caught up to nearly everything, and I'm guessing is about to be told about the murder case and pulled into that. I do feel like at some point he might get suspended, or at least threatened to be suspended. I don't know what the superintendent's going to do. I'm not too sure on whose side he's on. They mentioned the fact that Kanbei's got connections with him, but does the superintendent have connections with the Kanbei group rather than just Daisuke? It's so intriguing. I'm so happy. Oh, I really want next week's episode, like, even more than normal. Normally I'm just excited because I can trust it to be a good watch. But now I am really excited because we have the plot going. The plot is now in motion. And I just want to know more. But I think that's going to be it. So, thank you for watching. And I'll see you all next week. Bye bye.